Hey Stellar Stars, it's Space Stella, and I'm here today with a video I said I was gonna make a long time ago before my computer issue. So I said a while ago I was doing the 10 tips and tricks video, and I was like, oh, I want to turn this into a series. Hey guys, it's VoiceOver Stella here. When I originally planned this video, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get a list of amazing things not to do that I see mistakes made, that common mistakes that happen. I did write a list, but it got very sarcastic, and I'm sorry in advance. Am I still going to read this list? 100%, I'm definitely gonna read this list. It's too awesome and sarcastic for me not to read it. Just know that there's a lot of sarcasm in here. There are some helpful tips, though, and it's like completely worth watching. So the first thing we're gonna do is I asked Ashe for some ideas, and we're gonna get into those. I'm gonna read what she said, make my own comments on them, and then we're gonna get into my very sarcastic list of ideas. So the first thing Ashe said is not to hide in lockers when the beast is a high level, because it will check there and you will die. This is very true. Everyone knows about lockers. They're awesome if you just need to not be seen for a minute and need a quick escape. But if it's right next to a computer and the beast knows you were there, they're gonna check there. If they see a computer, they're gonna check there. They're gonna be like, oh, there's probably someone in the locker. Just don't. If you can. Okay, seriously, the number of people that like go in the locker right next to the computer and get hit, it's a big number of people. Just don't do it, okay? And the next thing Ashe said is don't depend on other people to do everything. You're just going to annoy all of your teammates. They're depending on you to do something. If you're doing this, are you really playing the game, or are you just too scared to do anything else? Like, honestly, like, tell me the truth. The next thing is don't betray your teammates. I don't feel like this one needs explaining. And the next thing is don't decide not to save people. A lot of people make this mistake. Even I have made this mistake. Because you think, oh, someone else will save them. A lot of times they don't, and sometimes they try to and they get hit, and then both of their health ends up being very low, and it just, in the long run, it's better to save people. Obviously, if they keep getting hit over and over again, that's where you can make your own decision on, are you going to save them, or are you going to risk it again? But generally, if someone gets hit for the first time, try and save them. It's the nice thing to do, and you'll get credits for it too. And the next one is don't be cocky. If you do this, you will end up being trolled by me and Ashe. I don't know how we will troll you, but we will. Don't make this game miserable for others. It's a really, really fun game, and I just don't like when people ruin it. And our final submission from Ashe. She says, don't mess up computers. I never would have guessed this. Like, it's almost the point of the game is not to mess up the computers and to hack successfully. Yeah, I know that, Ashe. I'm aware. Next, we're gonna get into my list of things not to do. These are things I came up with that I see a lot of people do, and only a couple sarcastic ones in here. Only a few. Only a few. The first one is don't camp. Camping is rude. It makes the game less fun for everyone involved. Honestly, it's just it makes it harder to play for the survivors, and it makes it less fun. People are probably gonna call you a camper. It's okay if you camp the area. Just don't be like in the room or right outside the room preventing people from getting in. That really makes it hard to play, and this kind of goes with it, I guess, but I have been called a camper so many times, and I don't camp, but if I see a person in the room, I'm gonna try and hit the person. If they leave the room and I don't see them anymore, I will leave, but if there's a person in there, I'm not gonna leave. Just putting that out there, but generally, don't camp. It just makes the game less fun. Don't use runner after going in a window. This is a glitch. It's happened to me so many times. If you use runner immediately after going through a window, sometimes it will make you super slow and you will not be able to catch whoever you're chasing. I don't know why it does this, but it does, and it will make the survivor get away from you, and it really sucks. Don't forget to check around corners. If you forget to check around corners, the beast will be around the corner. It doesn't matter if you saw them 5 seconds ago on the complete opposite side of the map. They will be there. Check around corners, because if you don't, that will ruin the best game of Play the Facility you've ever played in your life. And I am not speaking from experience here at all. Not at all. But constantly check behind you so you don't get hit by the beast. Don't call someone a hacker because they're good at the game. This has happened to me so many times. This one is just me being petty. I have no excuse. Not my fault you didn't notice me trolling you for the millionth time. Don't leave computers red after you mess up. Seriously, don't do this. The only reasonable time you can do this is if the beast hit you and that is why it's red, or the beast is about to hit you. If the beast isn't there, click E for 5 seconds to make this screen turn blue. I know it sounds stupid, but it's such a simple thing that can make a huge difference if you're playing with experienced people. I play with high levels who know to play the game really well, so I wouldn't say this doesn't matter as much in a regular game, but it still does, and it really only takes like a couple seconds to do, so I feel like it's always worth it. Because if you leave it red, the beast can see that and know nobody's hacked that computer. If it's blue, the beast will have no idea if someone's hacked it. So if the beast is camping computers, all they have to do is see it's red and know nobody's been there. Then they don't have to worry about looking or searching for someone. Meanwhile, if it's blue, they're probably going to spend that extra time to look a little bit just to make sure nobody's there. And that extra time could let you hack a computer or let you save somebody, or it could really make a difference. Don't say the new hacking noise is good, because you are wrong. You won't admit that you are wrong, but you are. It sounds awful. Don't believe me? Just listen. The old hacking noise was so much better, and they just made an update where they just made the heartbeat faster and the hacking noise worse, and I hate it so much. I'm sorry. The old hacking noise was better. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Don't put all your plans for teaming in public chat and then wonder how the person you're teaming against knows what you're doing. This sounds so stupid, but you won't believe the number of times it has happened to me. If you put your plans to find me in public chat, then I will know how to avoid you. It's really common sense, but it happens so frequently that I had to put it in here because, yes, I'm going to be looking at chat. Especially if I see, oh, let's team against this person. Of course I'm going to check chat. Of course I'm going to check. It's common sense. Don't assume the beast can't see your glowing hammer and neon avatar. I know this seems hypocritical with my glowing hammer and neon hair, but this is just advice. You don't have to do anything about it, but just be aware that you are easier to spot. Your hammer glows and the beast will be able to see you from farther away. Especially on darker maps. On Facility, I would say it matters less, but on darker maps, they're going to be able to see that neon hammer from so much farther away that they'll probably miss someone who is like maybe 5 feet in front of them.